place I died.
Chris, those are handprints on the van. There's no way. Whoa!
Know her. Please leave me be.
What's worse during a backcountry camping encounter, the isolation or the sudden realization that you're unprotected? Picture a turned-off spirit box suddenly blasting static in an asylum, or a mysterious figure staring at you from inside a locked vehicle. How would you survive a night like this? On September 13th, 2021, Sarah Dongo shared footage from her life as a solo female van traveler who documents her journeys along the West Coast. That night, she was staying in the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel in Asheville, North Carolina. Sarah was alone inside the van preparing dinner when someone outside made it clear that he had no intention of leaving. A sudden knock against the side door immediately caught her attention.
So what you had just seen was a clip from the footage of the night that a man tried to break into my van when I wouldn't let him in, and I began recording the tail end of my encounter on my phone in case I needed it for the authorities. It has actually been about 2 months, and I think it put a wrench in my creative process of editing videos because I didn't want to go back and relive the night of the event.
She turned off the lights and stopped every sound inside the van so she could listen more carefully to what was happening outside.
I was totally in my own world when I heard an alarming knock. Know her. Please leave me be.
The knocking then moved to the double doors at the rear. The man continued circling the vehicle and appeared to be searching for another way inside. He claimed that someone he knew was hiding in the van and refused to back away. Before Sarah had enough time to decide what to do, he had already checked every door.
Okay, so I am safe right now, but I just had my first knock on the door. That was not the cops. Being alone, I was in the middle of cooking dinner, so I had my cooktop out, you know, propane hose attached and everything. And then he just bangs on my side door right here. I first turn off all the lights, turn all the sounds off so I can hear what's going on. It wasn't, and then he banged on this door right here, the double doors. He was complaining about a girl that worked at the Cracker Barrel and, you know, broke her heart and thought that she was in my van, was telling me to come out and prove that I wasn't her. I was just proceeding to tell him, please leave me be. I am not who you think. I'm just an innocent traveler just passing through, and he says that he's seen my van there many times. This is my second night here staying in Asheville. It's hard talking to people that are inebriated. Really hard to get through to someone that is on drugs. They're just fully engulfed with a dark spirit of some sort that is not allowing them to see clearly, but, you know, not at the cost of my own safety. Oh my God. So when he continued to not leave and was trying to go to every door of the van, I quickly unhooked my propane, you know, some things away, made sure my drawer was closed, and then drove down the street I don't know, actually, because I didn't really have time to put my stove away. So I just drove very slowly, and that's one of the things that kind of is a bummer with the van, is that I don't have a stove top that is. But yeah, so I got around the corner, called the cops, and then from there I drove about 10 miles up the road.
The man remained convinced that she was hiding someone from him. Sarah explained that she was only a traveler passing through the area, but he would not accept her answer. He kept pressuring her and leaned closer, trying to look past her and into the back of the van. With dinner still being prepared, Sarah quickly disconnected the propane and put away whatever she could. She then started driving before she even had time to decide where she was going. When someone is living inside a vehicle, being able to reach the driver's seat and leave quickly can become an important safety advantage. The man may have been confused about who was inside, but his refusal to leave made the situation dangerous. Do you think Sarah made the right choice by driving away immediately? They entered an abandoned asylum expecting a strange night, but they soon heard something none of them could explain. On October 26, 2022, Trent the Traveler uploaded footage documenting one of his journeys across the United States in his van. On this night, he meets his friend, Jake the Viking, a paranormal investigator, and the two spend the night inside the Riverview Criminally Insane Asylum in Georgia. Built in 1836, the facility once held some of the most dangerous criminally insane patients. The entire campus covered 16,000 acres and operated almost like a separate city.
Now, this whole thing was sort of done on a whim, so we didn't really have any plan going into this. But we were granted access to this building by the owner. We both like spooky stuff, so why don't we go stay the night here for a video and document it and see if we experience anything crazy. And sure enough, we certainly did. And when I got there and saw how spooky this place looked, I got excited and was overwhelmed with adrenaline, because even from the outside during the day, I could feel the haunting presence. But after a few minutes of running around, getting all these cool shots, the adrenaline that I was hit with when I first showed up to this place, I was walking around this prison that housed the criminally insane, and I was doing it alone. Or was I? Because that's when this happened. Oh, that door.
While the group is touring the solitary confinement wing, music suddenly begins playing somewhere inside the building. They cannot see where it is coming from.
That's music. What the freak?
It's not me.
What?
I'll just say I'm on Bluetooth.
I'm not playing music.
Let's investigate. That's how you start a video out. Yeah.
You guys have any guns on you?
Yes.
Okay, grab your gun. I forgot mine in my Airbnb.
Oh, it's already starting off strong.
The sound interrupts them while they are discussing the history of the wing. No one has music playing on a phone, and there is no active Bluetooth speaker nearby. Everyone becomes silent and tries to locate the source while Jake reaches for his gun. Later, they set up their equipment inside the solitary confinement area. The spirit box then produces a sound unlike anything they have heard from the device before.
Back in the highway. Who's here with us right now? Who keeps playing with our red light? I don't like this. I don't freaking like this. What is going on? Alright, let's go. Come on. Freak. I've never
That was literally like something from a horror movie. That's like, okay, the main character and all his friends needs to leave immediately.
I completely quit scanning the radio waves. Completely just went to some weird just feedback. This has been nonstop going off. Like, I don't even know right now. Well, I have my title for my video. My scariest night ever, because I don't know what's going on now.
Dude, that sound was the scariest.
I was actually kind of terrified with that noise.
It was like pure chaos.
Yeah.
Was happening.
And it was going an octave lower each time. And you know the best part is? This was off.
I don't know what that means because I don't know what that device does.
This is the spirit box. This is just a Bluetooth speaker.
You gotta be kidding me. Don't even say that. You're lying right now. There's no freaking way.
I was pressing, look.
As soon as they place the REM pod in the hallway, it begins reacting repeatedly. The scanning sound suddenly changes into something that does not resemble a voice or a radio station. The group quickly moves toward the exit. When they check the equipment, they discover that the device is switched off. The spirit box was not running when the strange sound came through. Large empty buildings can make ordinary sounds echo through rooms and hallways, causing them to seem closer or come from the wrong direction. But that does not explain why a device that appeared to be off produced the sound. What do you think happened inside the solitary confinement wing? On September 24th, 2024, Mo Sargi uploaded footage from one of his paranormal adventures across North America. That night, Mo and his friend Angelo drove Mo's RV to a property Angelo had visited many times before. The property contains a 100-year-old farmhouse they call the Demon House. According to Angelo, disturbing things happen almost every time he visits.
Except this time, I'm going to be camping, not in my tent. I'm going to be camping in my brand new, this thing is sick. I'm basically somewhere really far right now. There is an abandoned haunted house behind me. So it only makes sense that I come back here with Angelo. And yeah, we've been having a crazy night so far camping out in this place. I'm going to be camping here tonight. It's crazy. This place is mega haunted.
As soon as Mo arrives, the RV gives them their first sign that something may already be wrong.
Now, the moment we got here today, literally the moment we got here, my lighting in my van completely shut off. Did you see the shower? I got a fan. I forgot. What? Wait, what the hell just happened?
I don't know.
My light just stopped working. I don't know how. What's wrong with it? I checked the fuses. One of them was blown. I changed it. Still doesn't work. The van itself works, but the lighting doesn't. Is it something paranormal? As we were cooking up some steaks earlier, literally I seen a woman sitting in Angelo's vehicle. He's got his axe. What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me?
There's a woman in my car.
I thought you were gonna hit me in the back of the head with that.
No.
Okay, well, you better be careful.
Before Mo has even finished parking, every light inside the RV suddenly shuts off. He checks the fuse box and finds one blown fuse. Even after replacing it, the lights still do not turn back on. Later, Mo and Angelo stand outside grilling steaks. In the middle of speaking, Mo suddenly stops.
Wrong tonight.
No, like I actually saw that off camera. I'm grilling up the steaks. I seen a woman sitting in Angelo's car. Like like I saw her face and everything. I don't know, she had some like rusty ass hair. Like she had hair like that. Like she was looking forward. She was looking at the barn. I'm not making this up. I literally saw a woman sitting in his...
While cooking, he believes he sees a woman sitting in the passenger seat of Angelo's vehicle. She appears to be facing forward and staring toward the barn. Neither Mo nor Angelo had been near the car when the figure appeared. Mo then enters the farmhouse. The first room immediately makes him uncomfortable before he can even begin asking questions.
Goat room. This room feels very, very strange. It really does. Looks like rituals were done here. Can you make that door close? The hell was that? Something just banged on the door. Something just banged on the door. It doesn't feel nice in here. Like sometimes I go to abandoned places and it feels pretty chill, but it doesn't feel nice in this place.
The feeling inside the room changes as soon as he steps in. Moments later, something strikes the door from the opposite side, even though no one else is inside the building. As Mo continues exploring, he walks past the entrance to the basement. The spirit talker suddenly produces the words, "Go down."
Yeah, I am not going down that basement. I already said that. I made that loud and clear. I will not be doing that. I am freaked out. I'm sorry, but you know how I am. Go down where? To the basement? Oh. Oh shit. Whoa, what the f? The door's closed. The basement door's closed. Did you close the door? Angel's by the fire, by the way, guys. It said go down. Wow, go down. The basement stairs to go down is closed. I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm going to do that. No way. Not in hell. There's no chance in hell I'm going to do that, okay?
Mo makes it clear that he will not enter the basement and continues walking. A short time later, he stops when he notices that the basement door is now closed. It had been open only a few minutes earlier when he passed it. Later, Mo and Angelo record from outside the farmhouse when noises begin coming from within the building.
So there's nobody else in the house. It's just us two, and I heard
What the hell is that?
somebody walking around in there.
Hello?
That was somebody walking or running inside.
It sounded like it might have been up there.
Hello? That's like the first car we've seen come through here all night. Hello, who's in there? Yeah, somebody's definitely in there, bro.
I just saw like this glisten of like somebody's eyes or something up there.
That's the evil tower. I hate that tower.
And that's not the first time I've seen that either.
They hear clear, heavy footsteps moving around inside. At the same time, both men notice movement in the tower window above them. Something appears to pass across the glass, and they both see it at nearly the same moment. Hours later, Mo and Angelo are asleep inside the RV. At around 4 in the morning, something outside suddenly wakes them both.
Oh! What the f? That's your car alarm. Did you sit on your keys? No. Where are they? Oh my god. What the fuck? Bro, something hit the door and then your alarm goes off.
Is there something out there?
It's pitch black out there. I can't see a thing.
It's the coyotes or something.
Something actually like literally hit the door of the camper. We should investigate this, honestly. Oh, it's freezing out here. Holy moly. Bro, it's like a million times colder out here now.
Dude, it is so frigid. I kind of wish the fire was still going.
Yeah, there's definitely no signs of animals. Like, that wasn't an animal. Like, something banged on our door.
And then something like hit the car?
Oh, bro. Look at your window. Look at your window.
I know. I was about to say, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
What is that?
That looks
That's a massive handprint.
Okay, no animal would have done that.
No, that's definitely not animal, bro.
Right?
That's like Shaquille O'Neal hand big. It felt like something hit the door, like out here. Yeah, it felt like something like just smashed the door. This is getting freaky. It's like around 4 o'clock in the morning right now. What are the odds of that? I was having a good sleep and around like 4 o'clock, it's freezing. I'm going back to bed.
Angelo's car alarm begins sounding as something strikes the RV door. They step outside to investigate, but they cannot find any animals or visible signs showing what caused the impact. Then one of them notices something on the window. A large handprint is pressed against the glass. It appears too big to belong to either Mo or Angelo. Whatever left it had been standing directly outside the RV during the night. A blown fuse can explain why lights suddenly stop working and old buildings can make footsteps sound louder or closer than they really are. But the large print on the window is harder to explain. What do you think was outside their RV at 4 in the morning? What would you do if you realized someone might be watching your van from deep inside a dark forest? On December 1st, 2024, CJ Faison uploaded footage from one of his visits to haunted and cursed locations across America. That night, he returned alone to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. The Pine Barrens is considered one of the most haunted forest areas on the East Coast. The region has a history connected to organized crime, unexplained disappearances, and people living far inside the woods who understand the area better than most visitors. CJ had explored the forest before, but this time he went back by himself.
I'm taking y'all on a wild adventure. I'm taking my van, I'm actually loading it up and getting it all cleaned out today and everything. I'm gonna be taking all of you on an adventure with me. I've reserved a camping spot inside the Pine Barrens and hopefully I don't have any problems. Me personally, I have an idea of where someone could be hiding within these woods.
Not long after entering the woods on his bike, CJ noticed something moving between the trees ahead. The sight made him slow down and become completely silent.
People who are trying to live off of the grid. What the hell is that? There's something white just moved in between those trees right there. That person is crouched down. That person's crouched down. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, this isn't sketchy at all. What the hell? But see all these areas that you could like just literally go off the grid and camp for weeks at a time. Like, who's gonna question you? See, what is that? I'm gonna go over here for a second and just pretend like I'm not looking over there. But there is 155% a person over there. Pretend like I'm looking at the water.
A white shape appeared to pass between the trees directly in front of him. CJ kept looking forward and tried not to show that he had noticed it. He continued moving slowly while pretending to focus on something in another direction. CJ became convinced that a person was standing among the trees nearby. Later, while he was inside the van, something outside in the forest suddenly made him stop speaking.
There's car lights. They just turned them off. I fucking knew I heard somebody back here. Alright, I'm gonna try something different here, y'all.
Headlights were visible deep among the trees. A vehicle appeared to be parked in the darkness, and CJ believed someone had been watching him from that location. Moments later, the lights were switched off. Whoever was parked deep in the Pine Barrens no longer wanted the vehicle to be visible. CJ later lay inside the van while using a spirit box. Without warning, something struck the outside of the vehicle hard enough to make him stop immediately.
Fuck you, bitch!
He grabbed his flashlight and opened the window to investigate. CJ moved the beam across every part of the area surrounding the van, but he could not see anyone outside or find anything that clearly explained the impact. He closed the window, sat back down, and decided that nothing would convince him to step outside again that night. Dense trees can make it difficult to judge how far away a person, light, or sound really is. The white shape and the impact may have had ordinary causes, but the hidden vehicle made the situation feel much more threatening. Who do you think was parked in the woods watching CJ? They had barely begun their overnight stay when strange visitors and movement in the darkness turned the campsite into a place they wanted to escape. On January 18th, 2026, Jasko and his friend Chris spent the night in a van in a remote forest during a snowstorm. The area has long been linked to murders, disappearances, and reports of satanic rituals. They had traveled several miles to reach the location. Soon after they arrived, 8 people appeared on bicycles and surrounded the van in the middle of the snowy night.
All right, guys, tonight we're gonna be camping in this terrifying forest where some very tragic things happen, from murders, disappearances. Tonight, there's gonna be a snowstorm. We're in the -degree temperatures. It's freaky out here. However, I will say, shortly after arriving to this forest, we've been here for a few hours now, 8 people showed up to our campsite. Luckily, Chris and I have the van here tonight, so we'll have a safe place to sleep, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, better than a nylon tent, right?
I guess.
Later, Jazz and Chris were standing some distance from the vehicle when something moved in the darkness ahead. One of them called out, and what happened next caused both men to run.
Hello? Who's out there?
Whoa! What the fuck was that? Bro, what the fuck was that?
Okay.
Bro, what's that by the van? Did you see that?
Wait, what?
Someone's fucking moved by the van. There was like a shadow. I swear to God. There might be something by the van. There's something down there. Oh, shit.
Looks like a weapon or something.
I know I saw something moving down there.
I believe you. I believe you 100%.
It covered your tail lights. Truly. I use a couple Trulies right now.
Yo, who's down there? Bro.
We should probably.
Whoa, shit, what was that?
Okay.
Bro, it said doomed spirit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
A shape moved somewhere in front of them. They rushed back toward the van, but one of them suddenly stopped after noticing a shadow beside it. Believing someone was near the vehicle, they carefully moved closer. Near the rear of the van, they spotted an object that appeared to resemble a weapon. While they had been standing on the opposite side, someone or something seemed to have blocked the rear lights from behind the vehicle. As they continued toward the van, one of them noticed something on its exterior that neither man had placed there.
Are those handprints on the back of the van?
Where?
Chris, those are handprints on the van.
There's no way. I told you I saw something back there.
No, we gotta get out of here.
Okay. Bro.
Both of them stopped when they saw handprints on the back of the van. While they were away on the trail, someone had apparently approached the vehicle and touched it. One of them insisted that this confirmed the movement he had seen earlier. They did not remain there to investigate any further. They entered the van and prepared to leave. Before they could get fully back inside, a sound in the distance caused both men to stop at the same moment.
Back in. Don't really want to be out there. Whoa!
What was that?
You heard that?
Yeah, bro, what the fuck was that?
That's like a scream in the distance. What
Do you
the?
see any footprints or anything?
No, bro. No fresh prints, nothing.
That noise was really loud too. We're not parked under trees. That's the biggest thing. We're parked in like an open area. Nothing fell.
No,
on there.
there's trees above us.
Is there?
Yeah, like.
It sounded like a scream coming from somewhere deep in the darkness. Both of them heard it clearly, but there was no sign of anyone close enough to have made the noise. The van was parked in an open section with no trees directly above it, so they did not believe anything had fallen nearby. Whatever produced the scream remained somewhere beyond their view. Fresh tracks are usually easier to notice in snow, yet they found no clear footprints showing who had approached the van. Do you think the handprints moving shadow and distant scream came from the same person? This van camping encounter shows how quickly a quiet night can become frightening. A strange light appears in the trees. Footsteps rush toward the van, and a device gives a disturbing message before midnight. On April 25th, 2025, Chris Baird and his friend parked their camper van on Miller's Road, a place linked to the disappearance of a teenage couple. Hunters later found a barrel near the shoreline containing human remains. Local stories also claim that a woman in a white dress appears near the pond at 3 o'clock in the morning. Chris had visited before, but the activity began before they even left the van.
Chris?
What?
Hold on. I think I just seen a light.
What?
I think I just seen a light. I swear to God.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Hold on.
From where? Like a car or like?
No. Like in between the trees up there. I don't know what it could reflect on though.
What the fuck?
That doesn't do shit.
You saw a light out there. That's kind of fucking creepy.
He noticed a light between the trees, though it vanished before his friend could clearly see it. Later, beside the pond, they discussed the woman believed to have died there.
So
Okay, I never.
the tale states that at 3 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
there is a chance. There's a chance that you will see a woman in a dress,
Okay.
and it is believed that she died here in this exact spot.
That's like a weird spot for her to like choose to die.
The place I died.
Shut the fuck up.
See, Chris, that's why.
Shut the fuck up.
See, I was here before. I came here with Ben, and we definitely had some strange experiences out here at 3 a.m. I'm hearing a lot of like footsteps.
No, it does, sounds like a lot of like walking and stuff. I mean, did you just walk over here?
Yeah.
The spirit box suddenly produced the words, "The place I died." Soon after, it also gave the name Laura.
Oh, this is actually really deep. Okay, I'm thinking. It said Laura. Do you know her name? The woman that they talk about?
Almost 99% sure it was Laura.
Genuinely, bro. What the fuck is that?
Okay, hold on, Jake.
Hello?
The clock strikes 12.
Strange, man. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Stay close. That's
Quantum time.
There's someone going like,
yeah. It's not like grunting. We don't have to be.
Is steeped in superstition.
What?
Kevin.
That was a whistle?
A whistle?
Hello? That was the weirdest sound, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
bro.
sounded like it was really close to us, though. It's literally shaking right now. This is the same spot we had that shit happen. So I'm
Yes.
just like, there's something here that doesn't want us here. Somebody out there, can you walk towards us?
4.
I feel so uncomfortable here.
Yeah.
I want to go see more about that pond with that lady, but that's too much to ask for.
I don't know if it was white dress or red dress. One of the dresses.
They then heard footsteps, a deep grunt, and a whistle that sounded extremely close. One of the men began shaking and said the same area had felt disturbing during an earlier visit. While standing outside the van, both men saw a large shape move through the darkness.
That's the trail right there.
So straight down that way.
Whoa.
Chris, look.
Whoa.
Whoa. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Something big's out there. Something big's out there.
Like legitimately something fucking.
Hold on, I gotta roll my window down. Hopefully it doesn't have opposable thumbs and it can't open the door. Whatever it is.
Here, I'll take the camera for a second.
Yeah.
See if you see anything.
Is anyone out here?
They quickly returned inside, but it disappeared before they could identify it.
What the hell is that?
Is that not red eyes?
Yeah. Can you put that on screen?
Yeah. Okay, this is crazy. Do you see those lights?
Oh my god,
But they're not in the sky. They're literally at our level. There's
like
a light
eye
right
level.
there.
Yeah.
And there's a light. Where'd it go? Right there.
Okay. I'm gonna
Bro, you're
close
not
up.
wrong. You're not wrong. I'm
Here,
gonna
can you
open
take this?
the door for a sec. I'm just gonna look.
You're gonna go look? Okay.
I don't want to, but dude, the things we've been hearing. The hell is that? I wish my light was brighter, guys. I'm sorry. It looks like there's just something standing right there.
As they reviewed their photos, one image appeared to show two red eyes looking toward the camera. One of them stepped outside with a flashlight and believed something was standing ahead. Later, footsteps suddenly rushed toward them from down the hill. They ran back into the van and locked the doors.
What the fuck is that? Someone's running at me. What the fuck?
What the hell?
It's like someone's just running
Yo,
at me.
get in, get in.
It's like someone's running at me, bro.
Get in, get in, get in.
It's not like there was like footsteps on the gravel like running towards me from down the hill.
Okay. What's our move here?
Another unexplained sound followed. Moments later, the device produced 1200. When they checked the time, it was 10 minutes before midnight.
We're just having a good time.
Sorry. I'll take the heat for this one.
Agency.
What the fuck was that?
Oh my god, I'm... Ah! The oh my god!
Water!
Bro, what did I just say?
12 o'clock! It's at 12 o'clock!
Oh! We're gonna die!
Let's go back to the van, bro.
Okay.
You guys don't understand.
Camera light can reflect in an animal's eyes and make them appear red. But what caused the running footsteps and the message just before midnight? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.